Hello and welcome to the very first edition of Cinematic Q&A. I'll be doing these Q&A videos probably about once a month, so throughout the entire month don't hesitate to continue sending me questions in my inbox and the comments on the previous Q&A video. So next month I'll be answering questions that were posted in the comment section of this video. Carnage Reputation. Hey Rob, what is the worst science fiction film you have seen? To be perfectly honest, I don't really watch science fiction films, they bore me. I've never watched Star Wars all the way through because it bores me. Star Trek. E.T. was good. Critters. I guess Critters is technically a science fiction horror movie and I liked it as a kid, but now it's kind of poop. And what made you start reviewing films? To be perfectly honest, I started watching The Cinema Snob a couple of years ago on YouTube before he went off to his site, and he's basically what inspired me. I started reviewing films from that. My very first review was Halloween, the 1978 version. And then I was introduced to the Nostalgia Critics videos, and that's when I really went into reviewing bad movies, so that's basically how it all started then. James Cola Giovanni. Hey man, I love your videos and here's a question. I was hoping soon, if you like, we could collaborate and do a video review together. If not, that's cool and you can come check mine out at some point, but until then, keep up the awesome work and come check me out sometime, okay? Peace. As far as I'm concerned, if you want to join the site or maybe even do a collab with me or one of the guys, all you really have to do is post one of your reviews as a video response to one of our reviews. I do watch anything that's posted my way in a video response. Mr. and Is Hughes. Have you heard of the film Legend starring Tom Cruise, and if you have, could you review it? The name sounds familiar, but I haven't seen it, so I don't know whether it's good or bad. Please let me know. If it's terrible, then I might watch it and end up reviewing it. I'm not a big Tom Cruise fan, if I'm perfectly honest. I didn't like War of the Worlds, I didn't like Mission Impossible. Interview with the Vampire was good, but just not a big Tom Cruise fan. Daniel, I think that's pronounced low, 42992. Dear Rob, this is Daniel writing, aka the guy who actually liked Moulin Rouge. But anyway, here are some questions for you to answer. 1. What is your favourite animated Walt Disney movie? I actually don't like Disney. Shocking there. Immediately I think of Monsters Inc. I actually do put Toy Story over Lion King, I don't know. But I actually thought Toy Story 3 was better than the first one, so I guess I'd go for Toy Story 3. Although I actually do enjoy the chick flick that is Beauty and the Beast. But now I'd probably definitely go with Toy Story 3. 2. I know you're a fan of Adam Sandler. Have you ever seen his movie Punch Drunk Love? No, I've never actually heard of it, so I don't know if it's bad or good, so let me know. 3. Recently, another Roald Dahl book was adapted into a movie. That movie was the animated Fantastic Mr. Fox, directed by Wes Anderson. Your thoughts? Okay, I didn't know this. I believe I read that book as a kid. I might eventually check it out. They're also turning his book The Twits into a movie this year or next year, which I also liked as a kid. But I'll probably get around to watching it one day. 4. Last question. Who do you think is worse, Uwe Boll or the Friedberg and Seltzer team? Anyway, those are my questions. I hope you like them. Danny. In all honesty, I haven't actually seen a Uwe Boll movie. I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing his name right. So I'd go with the other guys, because Date Movie and Disaster Movie, need I say more. Jordan Winehouse. 1. What are your favourite and least favourite video games? My favourite is Shining the Holy Ark for the Sega Saturn. As far as other favourites go, I like the Hitman games. SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 was awesome. All the Sonic games for the Sega Saturn, Clockwork Knight, Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, Condemned. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time for the N64 is still a classic. Some of the James Bond games for the Nintendo 64 were awesome. The worst video game I've ever played was... it just has to be Raw 2 for the Xbox. Fucking awful. 2. When are you going to review Dragon Ball Evolution? Yeah, I was actually requested this a while ago. I'm not sure if it was you, but I assume it is. Someone requested I review this. James Masters from Buffy is in it. Spike, who was also in my top 10 video. That's the only reason I really want to review it. It's just getting around to doing it because I hated the TV show, the cartoon. My brother liked it, I hated it, so it's just sucking it up, sitting down and watching it. I will eventually, I promise. 3. What's your favourite comedy movies? Yeah, there's so many to list. Rat Race, Not Another Teen Movie, the first Mr. Bean movie, The Mask, Liar Liar, Big Daddy, The Wedding Singer, Billy Madison. Just way too many to mention, really. Angim350. Out of 305 subscribers, surely you'll have enough.
Yeah, who knew?
My question, have you had any luck with that guy with the glasses yet?
No, I've applied maybe 2 or 3 times. I can't remember what reviews I sent. I know I sent Superman Returns and Lost Boys 2, and they didn't like either. Okay, basically, I got rejected because I'm too similar to the Nostalgia Critic. I sent them the reviews right before I did Stan Housing. So you'll see from Stan Housing onwards that my reviewing style just rapidly changes out of nowhere. I don't yell as much, I'm not trying to be critic. I'm kinda glad they rejected me because I didn't like doing that either. I look back at me yelling in like Matilda and it's awful, not funny and annoying. So thank you Rob Walker for rejecting me from the site. Because now from the number 23 onwards I like all my reviews. I haven't given up, I'm going to be posting my Rob Zombies Halloween 2 review to them because it's all edited and done and it's awesome and I'm proud of it and I think it's my best review yet.
What do you want to do in terms of a career? Are you at uni? I noticed we are about the same age.
I am not at uni. I went to college when I left school in 2007 and I lasted 2 days. I went for an IT course, I'm not sure if you know what IT is, but it's like computers. And they started teaching me about sex education. So I just stormed out. I would like to be a rapper, but I suck. I'm trying to get other people to help me improve. Other than that, I really want to be a movie critic, I really do want to do that. The only problem is I don't have the grades to get into the college and my school won't let me retake my exams. So if anyone who's watching will be able to help me out with that, please let me know.
Are there any movies you have given bad reviews to that maybe changed your mind on a later viewing?
That's actually a really interesting question. Sort of. Now Matilda I don't think is a good movie. It's good for kids, but again I just think it's bad, it makes no sense. But I actually thought I was way too harsh on it. The Meteor Man I thought I was a little harsh on, a little too harsh, but it was still a bad film. Buffy the Vampire Slayer I actually thought I wasn't harsh enough. Same for Stan Housing. My top 10 video, I regret putting John Travolta over Will Smith. It was a high. But other than that, not really, every movie I've reviewed that I've said was bad, I stand by my word.
How did you get started in the first place? Really enjoy your reviews, keep it up.
Okay, I can't really get through this within the time limit, but basically I watched The Cinema Snob, and I had an account called Sarcastic Venom Movies because my original account is Sarcastic Venom. And I started reviewing the Halloween films, and then I can't remember how, but I jumped over to an account called Cinematic Venom, which is still open. And I did bad reviews there, bad movie reviews, until Jimmy, who was previously on this account, he did reviews also. We joined together, our first review together was Home Alone 4. And Cinematic, that's when this account was created, Cinematic Savage, because his account was Dante Savage. Right before the Jason review we had a falling out, and I kicked him off the account. We're on good terms now, but I'm just doing things solo. Now I would put all of these accounts back on Cinematic Venom, but it's just I've got so many views here, I don't want to lose all them views if I'm being perfectly honest.
Peter Finn Films. I've got a few, actually a lot of questions. What are some of your favourite sitcoms?
My favourite sitcom and the best TV show ever made was Boy Meets World. I also like Home Improvement, 8 Simple Rules, Friends, Kenan and Kel. Buffy the Vampire Slayer isn't actually a sitcom, but great TV show. Don't care what anyone says. And I'm going to sound like a big girl when I say this, but I actually enjoyed Zoe 101.
Do you use Netflix, or do you rent from stores, or do you not rent at all?
I don't rent, ever. I don't buy DVDs. If you mean from my reviews, none of the reviews cost me anything. I just use torrents because I'm a cheapskate.
What are some of your favourite film remakes and least favourite?
I actually haven't seen that many remakes. The only reason I didn't mind the When a Stranger Calls remake, maybe it was because I saw it before I saw the original, but the original was utter shit. As I said before, the Halloween remake was good as a standalone film, but as a remake it was awful. I'm not sure about best remake. I saw part of the Psycho remake, but I was never even a big fan of the first one. Moulin Rouge I believe was a remake. That was shit. Okay, I'd say the best remake, probably The Nutty Professor. As far as worst goes, it has to be Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Which YouTubers are the ones you watch the most?
I watch The Amazing Atheist, not sure if you watch him. Make Me Mad 35. Even you, Peter Finn Films, I watch your videos. Dante Savage Movies, Oliver Scott 2007, just all sorts of material really.
What was the very first movie you can remember seeing in the cinema?
I believe it was Jim Carrey's The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. but that's really going back years. I can vaguely remember going to see that with my brothers.
How did you meet your wife?
Like a previous question, I won't be able to fill this in the entire time limit, but basically we both did videos about wrestling. Don't worry, we don't watch wrestling. We knew each other for 2 years, and then after a while I started feeling for her, so I told her, you know, want to go out. So we dated online for maybe a week, and then I said screw it and flew over there, and I was in America for 9 months of hell, and then because she got pregnant and because her family was poor, we came back here, and we now live here, and we've been together a year and a half. What a story.
What are some of your favourite movies, although I'm sure you've already answered this question?
My favourite movie of all time is The Lost Boys, and now so is The Lost Boys 3, because it came out a few days ago and it's fucking awesome. I have way too many to mention, dude. There's just way too many. I cannot get started on how many movies I enjoy.
Do you like any movies that everyone else hates? Thanks, Peter.
A few, actually. I actually enjoyed the Flintstones movie. I know a lot of people hate the movie. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. I liked it. I actually enjoyed Terminator 3, Superman 3. So there are quite a few.
Wave 3436. 1. What was the hardest review to do?
There's been several. I previously reviewed Halloween 3 on a former account, and it just took so long to, you know, finish the movie, script it, record it, and edit it, because the film is just so bad to watch. As far as the ones that are currently on my account go, it's either the Rocky Horror Picture Show, because it did take me so long to get it done, or Stan Helsing, just because of how bad and unfunny the film is. It took a lot of effort to do a review and try to make it entertaining, and I think I failed because I don't like that review.
2. Worst singer?
Justin Bieber.
Number 3. Do you want to be on that guy with the glasses? 4. Worst review you've made?
Oh, there's been loads. I'll be honest, I hate every review I have done up till the number 23. Every review before the number 23 I do not like, except maybe a couple. The Superman series 1 through 4 I liked, and my top 10, and that's it. The worst is definitely a High School Musical. The lighting, the sheer length, the 30-minute review, the lighting was terrible, the jokes were terrible, the review was absolutely abysmal. And then there's The Witches, which the audio is terrible, but now I'd definitely go with High School Musical.
5. What are your thoughts on Twilight?
Never actually properly watched it. I tried to, but got bored. Just doesn't really interest me.
Gaelic 22 comments. My question is, how are you?
Pretty good.
Dial Fox, I think that is. Thoughts on Inception?
Never seen it, but IMDb gave her a huge ass rating, so I'll probably eventually watch it.
Thoughts on Harry Potter?
Okay, I read the first 4 books. The 4th one was boring as fuck. The first movie was awesome, the second movie was awesome, the third one was shit, which is ironic because the third book was the best one, and the 4th film was the worst film because it's so unbelievably boring. Then the 5th one was shit, and I haven't seen the 6th one, but I heard that sucked too, and the 7th one's going to suck just because of how the book ended. The storyline just became too confusing, and I just couldn't follow it. It just turned to shit.
Anti-heroic observer. What are your thoughts on Scream 4?
Yeah, 50-50. It could be bad, it could be good. Scream 3 sucked. David Arquette and Courtney Cox are now separated, so that'll be interesting. Even though they're going to stay friends, I wonder how long that's going to last.
Mega Whackman, will you do an anime movie review?
Yeah, I'm actually not a big fan of anime, so probably not. Sorry.
Dante Savage movies. 1. What is your favourite childhood cartoon or TV show?
As far as cartoon goes, I was a big fan of Courage the Cowardly Dog, Scooby-Doo. I was a big fan of Pokemon, actually.
2. What is the best film you've ever seen? Not in preference, but in the way it was made, which has the most artistic merit?
Now, since I had these questions yesterday, it gave me a full 24 hours to think, and I've been racking my brains for this one, because immediately you think of the obvious ones, Terminator 2, blah, blah, blah. I think it's Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, I can't think of many flaws at all. In fact, I can't think of any. The only thing I could slightly bitch about was that Elijah Wood cannot play a prick to save his life. But the movie is just it is damn near perfect. Damn near. It's not perfect, but it almost is.
Which is your favourite action movie?
This is just a preference. Face Off.
Filling the Void reviews. What's the worst movie you've ever seen?
The Rocky Horror Picture Show. I've already said that before, but if you haven't known, go check it out. I did review it.
How do you compare British and American cinema, i.e. is one better than the other?
I think American comedy isn't as good. Like if you watch stuff like Saturday Night Live, you're like, how the fuck is this funny? I think British people have a better sense of humour than Americans. But I prefer American movies. It's really weird. So that was my first episode of Cinematic Venom Q&A. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll try to get through as many questions as possible next month. So, Catch you guys later.